Hello, everybody, and welcome in to Fire Pod with me, a Twin Peaks podcast friendly to the first-time watcher and the rewatcher alike. I am your rewatcher, Colton Robertson, and I'm joined by the first-time watcher, Joseph George. What's up, homie?
Oh, what up, what up? Always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, and it's always a pleasure to have you. Today we are discussing Season 2, Episode 3 of Twin Peaks, titled The Man Behind the Glass. It was written by Robert Engels, co-writer of the film Fire Walk with Me, by the way, and directed by Leslie Linka Glatter. How are we feeling after yet another week of Peaks?
Oh, we got some, I feel like I might have said this last episode, but, I think the onion might have been the first time I said, like a reverse onion. It's not unraveling. We're adding more layers. We're adding more people. We're adding more ingredients. There's more, I don't know, it's always expanding, I feel like. And this was I guess we saw Mr. Smith, peeking through his window. A good old, Harold? Is that right? Or I feel like I'm, okay, it is Harold. I don't know why I want to say like a different H name, but, okay, Harold, But seeing him was nice to get that reveal. This new what's his name? European. Is he even actually European, or is he just American acting European? Yeah,
he's not even really acting. He's just acting posh.
I guess. Yeah, but he's put like
he acts like he comes from a higher class.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's so that guy. I mean, he just kind of sucks. Let's see. Was there? And then I guess the one-armed man, we got he's finally doing some freak shit, which I was waiting for. I did not really want this dude just to be going around selling shoes. At the end of the day, I like. I mean,
he was the first person to say the words "Fire Walk with Me" on screen back in episode 3.
Yeah.
He had to be more important than they were letting on.
Mm-hmm. And it was Cooper's dream, so back then I was kind of like, well, I'm not taking too much weight on him, it's a dream, I'm not fully in belief of his power sort of thing. But now I'm fully in the Cooper camp. I'm like, his dreams, they are 100%.
They mean something.
Yep, they do. So yeah, no, now the mic is fully back on suspicion. And I guess I've had him in the box, but he had a question mark in the first episode of this season, and then I removed the question mark last episode. He's an absolute staple, I feel like now or so. But that's the thing, though. He feels maybe he was involved in this sort of world, but long ago. Like he actually has been
opposes
removed.
Bob.
Yeah, I feel like he the arm cutting off, maybe it was his way of being like, no, I truly am going to change.
He severed his connection with Bob,
Yeah, and I'm, and he was legitimately just trying to sell shoes to live like a normal life. Dude was just, he's trying, but then he sees Bob and he has to shoot up, I don't know what drug, or I don't, he says it's medication. Yeah, I guess there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, and we'll go ahead and dive into it in a scene-by-scene fashion. It's so funny. It's so hard being in my position. I want to talk so freely and openly about what certain things are. Yeah. I can clarify some things going forward, and we'll get there. But yeah, I'll maybe make things clearer that the show might not have exactly elaborated on. They are important details that the show is trying to get across, but they didn't emphasize them. Okay. But we'll get there. But we're gonna start at the hospital where Harry helps the orderlies restrain Ronette. She is not doing well. She is still writhing and all that good stuff. And Cooper and Albert enter, and Cooper takes a sample from under her fingernail, a small piece of paper containing the letter B. And Cooper tells Harry and Albert about his visit from the giant. He's like, all right, I've got something to tell you guys. I've been waiting. I've been holding this back just because I wasn't sure if it was anything, but now I'm pretty sure it is. I was visited by a giant. He gave me a few hints. He said, the first thing he said was something about Jacques Renault and a smiling bag. It came true almost immediately. The second was, the owls are not what they seem. The third one is something about a man who points without chemicals. And I think it's funny hearing it in a, like, another way. You know, it almost feels important that the giant said it that way. Without chemicals, he points. Not he points without chemicals, which is what Cooper says. And I'm not saying that strictly is important, but it's odd to hear Cooper say, and then something about a man who points without chemicals. You know, like that's a funny out of order way to say it that doesn't sound as ominous and foreboding. And maybe he knows that he's communicating it to Cooper and Albert, or not Cooper and Albert, Harry and Albert. So he's trying to, like, kind of dull it down a little bit.
Okay.
But I love whenever he delivers this information, Albert and Harry just look at each other, and Albert looks at him and goes, any relation to the dwarf? I think it's all-time Albert episode. Got to be the character for the week, and we'll obviously get to why. But
oh my god, yeah, he's taking it home for sure. I didn't think it would happen. I didn't think he could get a character nod, you know, for an episode. But no, he earned it this time. That's for.
It's funny. As of the day of recording, you know, I'll go ahead and breach the time lapse here. As of the day of recording, our episode on Season 1, Episode 3 is out, so literally a season ago.
Whoa.
Which is when you first meet Albert, and I listened to it this morning on my way to and on my way back from an eye doctor appointment, and it was funny. I was like, Albert is going to be an acquired taste, but eventually you'll love him. So, like, it's funny that was what happened today. That came out today, and we're talking about this today. But I was like, eventually you'll love him. He will one day be someone you quite enjoy, even if now he is an asshole. And he still is an asshole. That doesn't really go away. You just start to appreciate the asshole a little bit more.
The method, you know.
Yes.
Specifically.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah,
God,
no,
what a moment. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy that we're a season ahead, you know, perfectly.
As of today's recording, and I mean, as long as we do one a week, we'll maintain that pace for some time, at least for the next few weeks until we get to Season 1 or Season 2, Episode 1 release-wise. But so great scene to kick off the episode with a few of our favorite players there with Cooper, Albert, and Harry. But we'll then move on. We'll head to Donna, who is visiting Harold Smith. And he offers her, his hospitality, invites her in. He has many flowers in his living room, and he says he sent the letter for her to investigate Meals on Wheels. You know, maybe she needed to take a look a little closer. And he says he's a shut-in because he cannot go outside, that he was a mystery in Laura's life. He asks Donna to place one of his orchids on her grave for him and walks out to his greenhouse, and Donna tries to pull a slip of paper from the bookshelf, but Harold interrupts her with a lady slipper orchid. And Harold says Donna is every bit as lovely as Laura said she would be, and she takes the orchid and tells Harold that she will be back. So, you're officially meeting Harold Smith. We texted quite a bit last night. Not the best first impression for you from Harold Smith.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on. Maybe it was just his performance. You know, he's very off-putting. He's very, I feel like,
very awkward. Awkward.
You know, he's very hospitable. He's being very nice and everything. He's very well-mannered, but like almost too well-mannered.
Right.
And just not I
what
guess
kind of
like
performance are you putting on here, buddy? Yeah.
Yeah, and not like posh, what's his name? Dick. Oh, that should be easy to remember, actually. Yeah. Not like posh like Dick, but just, socially, I don't know, the bubble, he's very close. He gets real close to Donna. And Donna doesn't really seem to care, I guess, it's like, but
no, that's what's funny is I think that's something I've mentioned this before too. The filming literally requires people to stand super fucking close and be super close in shots. I think that might have stood out to you because of how socially inept Harold is. There's sort of like he's already off-putting, so the closer he is, the more uncomfortable you are, versus someone like Cooper being really close to somebody. You're like, you trust him, you like him, you know that he's cool, so you're like, I don't even think anything of it,
And this this dude, honestly, he's too perfect. Like, I think that's why I was getting some weird signals. Like, I was getting uncanny valley signals in my brain just looking at him because, like, I guess the connection that it might be is that, like, David from AI, like, it literally just kind of looks like a grown up
Haley Joel
version,
Osment from
just
AI grew up. Yeah.
perfectly just grew up as David and did, I don't know, his hair got a little darker, you know, he doesn't really quite look like his child self anymore.
No, right.
As people do, I guess, but no, like, it was kind of this weird kind of, I don't know, I was like, is there some, like, are they trying some effects here? I'm like, because his skin, I don't know, his like cheeks, his everything is like, it's just kind of like, it's just too perfect. I don't know. But then I watch it back and I'm like, no, I think this dude's just kind of like, I don't know. He's just got a really good skincare routine. He's got like and really good looking eyes.
No
like,
sunlight hitting that shit
that's
either.
true.
You know, so there's no leathering happening. You know, he's soft. He's supple, if you will. Harold Smith, but he's an interesting character to be sure. Definitely one that throws a wrench into things as far as, you know, he expressly says that he doesn't go outside. He's a shut-in and that he was a mystery in Laura's life. Later on, obviously, we find the secret diary of Laura Palmer in his place. So there's who the fuck's Harold Smith? What's going on here? You know, Donna at her grave saying like, so were you sleeping with this Harold guy? You know, like I think it's funny how much Donna almost seems to understand Laura more than she once did. It's interesting, but regardless, we'll move on because we'll get back to all that stuff later on. But at the station house, Cooper stands in front of a blackboard with the letters found under the girl's fingernails and the names of people who have seen Bob, Madeline, Miss Palmer, Cooper, and Ronette. And he also has a picture of Bob. He says the lines between the names are a psychic link that will lead them to him. And Harry asks about the giant. And Albert dismisses it. You know, he says, I can't remember exactly what he says, but he says, I'm going to keep my research in the realm of reality or whatever, down to earth or whatever. But and then he reports that the cocaine found in James' gas tank matches the cocaine found in Jock's car and Leo's house, meaning that Leo framed James, which is funny. That worked out for Bobby really well.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it's like, well, I mean, they seem like they got it down, and it's like, dang, you got the perfectly laid out. Yeah. You even brought the frame. Was it brought the frame, or you even built the frame, or what did Cooper say? I guess. Yeah, it was. It was definitely something about a frame. I think it was like, and you even brought the frame. You even built. I don't know, something. Or you. I don't know, something along the lines. But
you even got the
at
frame.
Least they were very
get the
confident.
Picture. He says, you get the picture. I even got the frame. You know.
Okay. There it is.
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
It
was smooth. Is that
smooth as fuck?
Used?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that
I've
like
never
a common...
heard it, but that's hard as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's sick. And obviously not a lot of scenarios you can use it, but I really enjoy it.
Yeah, but I feel like a detective, or like a CSI Miami,
the noir,
kind of some sort of. Yeah, I don't know. It should just 100% have been used.
Miami Vice
else,
type
but...
shit. Yeah, you get the picture. I even got the frame. Yeah, it's hard. I like it a great deal, but the letter B found under Ronette's finger was cut from an edition of Flesh World. Forensic science is very fascinating. The fact that you can tell any of this is incredible.
Yeah.
And he also says that he sent a picture of Bob to law enforcement agencies across the country, from NASA to TSA, and came up with nothing. He reports that Cooper was shot with a Walther PPK. That's James Bond's gun. You know that?
Yeah. Walther PPK. Yeah. I don't know. I feel I'm not educated enough on guns to know, like, oh, this is obviously one that this type of person would buy, and I don't think that's what they're trying to do.
I don't think it is either. I think they're just kind of like, it's James Bond's gun. Isn't that fucking funny? Like, I think it's just a small detail.
James Bond shot Agent Cooper.
James Bond was there.
The B.
I also love whenever he brings up the law enforcement agencies across the country, and he's like, nobody in the land of the living has seen this guy. And,
yeah.
You know, and Cooper's like, but 4 of us have here in Twin Peaks. And,
that's right.
And Albert just kind of being like, okay, sure. You know, like, yeah.
Whatever,
we'll
bud.
call it that. Yeah.
Whatever, bud. Yeah, Albert's very evidence-based. He's the 100%
pragmatic, to be sure.
Mm-hmm. And it's nice, you know, I think it's kind of a good combo, you know, to have Cooper and Albert to kind of be the mixture of both, you know, because I think sometimes Cooper can, you know, I think his dreams are for real and they are leading him on the right path. But sometimes like the direct evidence does lead them like quicker or sometimes. But then again, Albert is framing Leo here instead of Bobby, and that I guess it feels like they're probably more on the trail of Bobby here soon with Shelley's you know, later meeting.
Yeah,
but
Cooper being like, all right, then, go on. Yeah. You have a nice day, you know.
So I don't know if that'll, you know, the cocaine trail not actually being completely right will throw too much of a wrench in their stuff. Like, I mean, Leo is in a coma, so like it's not like there's much, I guess.
And to be real, while Bobby's a pain in the fucking ass, you know, it's clear that he's
Bobby.
not a giant fucking threat to anybody, you know.
Yeah. He's just Bobby. He's just trying to get insurance
he's more
money and live
an
with
idiot
Shelley.
than he is anything else. Yeah, he's stupid. That's kind of his problem. Yeah, we got a B from an edition of Flesh World, which means that the B, I mean, whoever is cutting these up and putting them in there is, you know, has access to Flesh World. Also, interesting fact that I'm shocked wasn't mentioned in the breakdown here was that they have Ronette under guard, and this had to have been put under her fingernail while she was in the hospital.
That really threw a freaking, like, I'm like, because I thought they checked her fingernails earlier, and I'm like, why are they checking them again? I'm like, what's, like, I thought they like looked for a letter under her fingernail like earlier. I could be wrong. I don't know.
I think that we did with Laura because she was dead.
Yeah, that's true.
In the very first episode, whenever they find Laura, and then Ronette comes across, you know, like all that stuff.
Okay.
Now, I feel like I remember them looking under Ronette's fingernails too. I did think this was an interesting way to open the episode because I don't recall this having anything to do with the end of last episode.
Yeah. It was like she. Oh,
was there? I mean, like her nail is like visibly like bruised, which I think is why they check. You know, like it's like, oh, well, something happened to your fingernail. Oh, we've been dealing with this fucking guy. Let's check.
Oh, I wonder if it, you know, they're thinking of some guy who snuck in and blah, blah, blah. But like, is this it's not of the physical realm. This was because she was basically, I don't know, she was like having a possession attack, you know, by Bob, I feel like. And maybe like Bob just places, I don't know, like this is his marker. It is weird to figure like the letters and stuff. I guess we have an R, a B, and a T, I think. Is that right? Yeah. And then like robot, I guess, but like there is Robertson, you know, later on. So it's like, I don't, that's feeling more likely for the word. But yeah, like Fire Walk With Me, the B really threw, you know, that's like, okay, I think we're done with kind of Fire Walk With Me.
Yeah,
sort of
that's
thing.
definitely not what he's spelling out anymore, you know.
Yeah, so, but the first time that this hit me of without chemicals he points, I was wondering if this could, like these letters, like in a finger, you know, it's not a true point, I don't know, and the chemical, I don't know how that still is in there, but like
ink, I don't know,
like a letter, you know, like, are they all on the same finger, or have they paid it like?
Yeah,
is it the
under
ring
the
finger?
the left ring finger.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that feels pretty specific there. I don't.
Yeah, definitely is. He's not just throwing it under any finger. But I do think that I don't know. That's what's funny too is I don't know how much of a difference it would make if it was. Cooper even mentions, we never made the letters public. That's not information people had. So like the guy who did it is the guy who killed her. Is the guy who killed Laura.
Yes. Yeah, that is. I'm wondering. I guess it could have been someone that did sneak in that does have access, sort of thing or something. But I want, her fingernail being
it's
bruised.
Doc Hayward. No,
no.
The secret killer all along. No, that would fucking cut me, dude.
This is. I mean, she was I guess her fingernail being bruised is interesting, and maybe it's just. I don't know. You have a letter appear underneath your fingernail. It's probably not going to feel too good. I don't know. I feel like, maybe that. Huh. But I don't know.
I don't know. It's, he's like, and, Harry says we had her under 24-hour guard and stuff, so like, that's why I'm like, it doesn't really make sense that it would have physically gotten put there. That's why I'm like, it is really interesting. I don't really understand when it would have happened, but it happened. She had a bee under her fingernail and thus. But regardless, they wrap up this conversation in the station house, and after all this information from Albert, Harry, respecting his authority, asks, "Is there anything they need to be doing?" And Albert says, "Yeah, you could quit dragging your knuckles across the ground." And Harry grabs him by the collar and says, "Last time he punched Albert, he felt real sorry about it. This time it'll be a fucking pleasure."
Yep.
And Albert goes like this.
Let's go.
Now you listen to me. While I admit to a certain cynicism, the fact is that I am a naysayer and a hatchet man in the fight against violence. I pride myself in taking a punch, and I'll gladly take another because I choose to live my life in the company of Gandhi and King. My concerns are global. I reject absolutely revenge, aggression, and retaliation. The foundation of such a method is love.
Yep.
I love you, Sheriff Truman.
I mean,
Albert's path is a strange and difficult one. I love them, dude.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, this I mean, completely on a dime. Like Albert, he had his lines earlier in the episode that were kind of like, okay, you're still doing your thing, you're throwing in your lines, but this was like, okay. All right, Albert's kind of I love you too, Albert. I thought he was gonna give the full smooch on the lips to Truman. Again, the close aspect ratio. He really had to get up close and personal for this one, and I feel like he wanted to as well. Albert was I don't know. This was awesome, and absolutely the line. He's absolutely the character, and yeah, I don't know. It is awesome. Kind of a one season ago, a recording, I don't know, a weird lineup for Albert, but it feels right. It feels right in Twin Peaks fashion, almost. But no, yeah, this, just, I don't think, I don't know, I'll never look at Albert the same after this. Everyone's got their method, Gandhi and King, love, I'm behind this method. I wish he was more of a little bit of a believer in the dream realm and some of these things. It feels like Cooper's got a good track record. So I feel like, I don't know, he could be a little more open, but no. Yeah, Albert's sick.
Albert's a real one. Albert is a real one, The foundation of such a method is love.
Yeah.
I love you, Sheriff Truman. And the Twin Peaks theme swelling in the background as he says it and everything. Like you can tell he's getting more and more fired up, but the music is calm, and then the way he shuts it down and cleans up where he had crumpled Harry's shirt. He smooths it over. It's like, it's love. I love you, Sheriff Truman.
Love Tars.
It's love Tars. It's love Tars. No, I love it. But so
they're making
Albert's
the
path
agents
is a strange and difficult one. I do love it.
The FBI, Fed and cop, propaganda here. It's strong, but man,
very, very strong. Because very funny for an FBI agent to compare himself to Martin Luther King.
Yes, yeah,
who we're pretty certain might have been killed by the FBI. Maybe allegedly.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's not a so yeah, the propaganda is very, very excruciatingly strong. But that's what's incredible about this show is that it can even get me, a person who is as staunchly anti-police as anybody, and be like, you know what? I'll give this show a pass. Like it means well. It means well, and it's from the early '90s, and it's there's an aged thing that this wouldn't happen now, to be sure. You certainly couldn't get away with it now, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll love them. I don't know. I love this small sheriff's office. Is fucking. I would work there. The donuts. The coffee.
Yeah.
It feels just like a nice.
I'd sub
town.
in for Lucy. Yeah.
I don't know. I would. I'd be nice. But yeah, I don't know. Albert taking it. I don't know. I love the double nod.
I wish there was. You know what Twin Peaks needs that it doesn't seem to have is park rangers. Like.
Yeah.
I would love to be a Twin Peaks park ranger.
Oh my god!
Motherfuckers going out into the forest all the time and booling and kicking it with the goddamn owls and shit.
Maybe there's a reason they don't have.
There's
park
definitely
rangers.
a reason. Definitely a reason they don't have park rangers. But it'd be hella cool to get that job. I'm not gonna lie. Kick it at the sheriff's station. Everyone, oh, what's up, Dale? Howdy, Harry. All that good stuff. But I would love to be a park ranger in Twin Peaks. But next up, in front of the station house, Cooper tells James he can go home, but to stop trying to figure everything out himself. Let the law enforcement professionals do their shit. Leave us alone. You mean well, but you're a dumb kid. So stop. And he listens. They agree. They part ways. But inside, Lucy is trying to find words that use the letters B, T, and R. 75, 76,
she's
77.
popping off.
Oh, that's 78. Yeah, I love that. Cooper's like, "How's it going, Lucy?" And she just answers that, and he's like, "Good work, keep it up." I love it. And it's then that Hawk approaches and asks her what he's doing, ask her what she's doing, and she answers, looking for words that have B, T, and R in them. He throws out a couple, and then Dick Tremaine comes up. He's like, "Hello, Richard Tremaine. I work for the men's fashion department at the Horns department store." And he's ready to take Lucy to lunch. And that's when Hawk goes, "Robot." It's a funny little, he ignores everything Tremaine says and is like, "You're a fucking loser."
Perfect. I'd love if this is actually the word that it happens to be. I don't know that if Bob, it feels like it's Bob though that's putting these letters in there. And Robertson, it feels like the most likely answer, but robot would be hilarious. If it had, I don't know why.
It would, yeah.
But it
just spelling out robot for no fucking reason. Just
I mean, yeah, it even spelling out Robertson, it's like, I don't. You
plan on killing 9 people?
Yeah, and serial killers, they like to give themselves away, but Bob isn't of this realm. I don't even. And
he doesn't feel like he would abide by standard serial killing tactics.
Yeah, and it feels like it could be someone else. I don't know, like this. Flesh World. Oh. No, there's no shot. I don't know why Harold popped into my mind, but it feels like, he's Meals on Wheels, he doesn't leave home. Dude is totally a subscriber of Flesh World, I feel like.
Right.
But I didn't, he can't, I don't know. He doesn't like to go outside, but does he if it's very, very important, or is it a true zero chance?
Well,
no,
and is there any chance that his shut-in lifestyle is a cover of some sort? It's an easy way to be like, "Oh, I don't ever leave. I always have an alibi because I am afraid to go outside."
True. He's 100% fishy. That's for sure. There's no way I'm taking this dude at face value. There's no way this dude just grows plants and is, I don't know, as a
the
pretty
horticulturist.
Yeah, I like his furniture. I don't know. It's really weird that I'm like...
The vibe of his house is dope. I do like it a lot. Like lined
it.
with books, and the back room is just full of plants. Like, that's sick. I do quite enjoy it.
And it kind of got me to... You know, I only have 2 plants right now, and like I really, really love... Like, I've gotten into growing... Like, I don't know, just seeing them grow. It's nice. And I've always wondered, like I don't know, I don't have much sunlight, but I don't know, it seems, you know, this is a TV show, but it feels like, I don't know, there are plants that don't need a whole lot of light that I could still grow, but I don't know if I want this many is the thing.
Yeah, right. It's a lot to maintain. And this guy was a horticulturist, you know, like this is what he did.
Yeah. Yeah, dude is, I don't know, I don't know, there's not many routes I can go right now. Like the flowers, I don't, like some of the, I guess the only thing that I did theorize was he's growing poppy flowers, and he's giving the, I guess he's the true supply of the supplier of the cocaine, or no, poppy's heroin actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I guess that's. Oh, wait a minute, there is heroin. And
Blackie
used in One-Eyed Jacks. That's right,
yeah.
and freaking Jerry. Jerry's the one who's okay. I guess I guess I was thinking Poppy was cocaine until right now. So that's a whole different route, I guess.
Yeah, a whole different ball game there
for
with
Poppy.
the Poppy.
Yeah,
for sure.
But then it's like it is that one room, and I guess I don't know how many poppy flowers it takes to grow. I don't know how big of an operation they're really planning, or whatever.
He's got a secret tunnel. And he's doing an underground grow up underneath there.
Dude,
it's just,
hey, that's a good way to get around not going outside. He's just got tunnels everywhere. Bro is, but okay. Oh, that's right. Okay, I did mid-episode or a while ago. I had a thought, and that his flowers, like the reason he grows flowers, and I wonder if this is the nature connection sort of thing. If he's wanting to plant this flower in Laura's grave to like actually like this is how nature connects. Like if you just have it's sort of like the opposite of an owl. I feel like Bob uses the owls to check in on things, but the good people use like a log. Like there's
the
log lady and
the
the nature sort of thing. I don't know why owls are evil, but no, I wonder if you just have plants or something that means something to you, I guess, because that's the only thing that I could, like log lady's log means something to her because it was her like husband's, right? It was like he was a lumberjack or something, and it was a cut from something like that, or
I can tell you the full backstory. It's kind of explored in the secret history of Twin Peaks, but I could give it to you a little bit because I mean it's not like it's spoiling anything. It's a chapter in a book.
Wow, yeah. So
if you are interested in hearing about what the origin of the log is,
I mean, because I do like this theory of like if you have a personal attachment to a nature thing, you have like an actual connection to it, sort of thing.
Yeah. Now, and the book doesn't dive into what makes the log mystical. It's what makes it important to makes it important to the log lady, which is that on their wedding day, her and her husband, there was a big forest fire, and her husband was a firefighter, and he went to fight the fire. And amid the wreckage was one lone standing tree, and they chopped it down, and she kept part of it.
I think I don't know, a firefighter. I think was that mentioned in the show? I think it might have been. Like I think it was.
They do expressly mention that like there was a fire and he was there and he died. But they go into a little bit more detail and say that like that's when she found her log. That is when she, fire is the devil hiding like a coward in the smoke.
Fire. Okay. Interesting. There's just so much going on, and I don't know what connects to what, and I feel like I'm trying to connect every little thing together. I feel like, I mean, it probably is all connected in some, I don't know, some crazy web, but...
Yeah, and it could be as simple as Harold was a dude that Laura got to go visit every once in a while, and, that was that, like
Meals
she did deliver to him on Meals on Wheels. He's, he's a weird guy. He's got all sorts of books, maybe she felt like because he was a shut-in, she could confide in him a little bit more, you know, like maybe there was something like that. Like he's never going to talk to anybody, so why not tell him shit?
Bro is a mystery. I mean, especially to me right now. I don't know what this dude's doing, but he's not what he appears. That little paper in the bookshelf too, that Donna like or whatever that was that she tried to pull out, and then like she didn't quite get to it. Like that was. I need to know what's going on over. Oh, is that his fucking tunnel entrance? Wait, dude. Oh, dog. Yeah, fucking secret bookshelf.
Now you know that I've told you on numerous occasions that some of the stuff I say is true and some of the stuff I say is bullshit. But you'll never know which is which until it comes to light.
Harold. Goddamn, is that even really his name? You know, Smith. Come on. I mean, Harold doesn't sound made up, but Smith. You know. Like that's, I don't know.
I mean, it is the most common name in America.
Yeah, but Harold
so
isn't.
That.
You know, that's
Harold's pretty specific. Harold is pretty specific.
Yeah, that's interesting.
We'll push forth. It's hilarious that we got to Harold because we were at the station house talking about Dick Tremaine.
Oh, Dick. Yeah.
But Dick. But now Leland enters also, and he finds the officers and goes, "This man, I know him." He holds up the picture of Bob. He says that he knows him. When he was a little boy, his grandfather had a summer home, and Bob was his neighbor out on Pearl Lakes. He lived in a white house, and he thinks the name was Robertson. And
yeah. What?
Yeah, that was always one that whenever I watched it with Emily for the first time, she just kind of like looked at me like, "What the fuck?" You know, she hates Bob. She viscerally like she is frightened of Bob, and I get it, you know. But like she was like, "What the fuck? What's going on here?" Because obviously my last name's Robertson.
Where's your Uncle Bob?
Always,
you know,
where's my Uncle
what
Bob?
Summer house? Where
I
do
think
you have...
I probably do have some. I almost certainly have a relation named Bob. I'm sure I do somewhere.
I don't know. I'd be very just careful if of my Uncle Bob if my last now knowing. But I don't know, a couple months ago, this Uncle Bob would not have meant anything. But yeah, no, now Bob is
a frightening man. I'll tell you that. And there's Bobs everywhere. There are so many Bobs. Bob is such a common name.
This is true. A lot of Smith, Bob Smith. You know what's it? Maybe it's. I did think he could have been like an avatar. I don't know why I thought that, of why Bob was there. I thought it just looked maybe mysterious and like he's peeking through. I'm like, you know, what's in there? I didn't even know if it was a human sort of thing. So I'm like, but yeah, I don't really get the avatar sort of, or like a Bob. It didn't really feel like
Bob possesses Harold or something, you know?
It didn't really feel like it. But maybe he's that crazy, and that's like, I don't know. Yeah, but
you know.
Yeah, I guess going back to Harold more, even though we're still on the Dick. We're still on.
We're actually on Leland now. Leland talking
that's right.
to them about the Robertson, the home they used to have on Pearl Lakes, his grandfather's summer house on Pearl Lake. Bob was his neighbor, you know, and Cooper sends Hawk to investigate the lake, and Leland says that Bob used to flick matches at him. You know, he used to do just like this, and he shows them the example. He flicks a match, he sparks it, and then he throws it at them, and he says, "Do you want to play with fire, little boy?"
Yeah. That's interesting.
So we'd speculated, you know, whenever Maddie was seeing Bob, I think that was last week, you know, the fact that Grace Zabriskie, Sarah, has also seen Bob, we kind of speculated that it was a mother's side thing only, but now obviously that's not the case, as Leland, his connection to Bob, or having seen Bob, is goes back further than his connection to Sarah. So like
seemingly real world Bob too.
Yeah, like, right. Well, and that's the thing though, is if it was when he was a little boy, and Bob looks the fucking same,
timeline lines up. Or it's like either Bob wasn't real Bob, you know, and he's always been this entity sort of thing, or that was real Bob. Bob dies or does, I don't know, something happens around this time to preserve his age. He
Right.
Because I for one, I don't know if Bob was born, or if he just has always been, if this is how he came to be in this state, or if he did truly grow up, or I don't.
What if I told you you'll find out?
I mean, I hope so. Being like kind of the main, I feel like he's the main villain. This dude is just the devil. I feel like straight up, and so I hope
the greatest hours of television ever in Twin Peaks: The Return. Like just,
Okay.
Holy shit, dude!
Gotta wait a little bit. That's okay. That's okay. To fully know Bob's story. But yeah,
and even then, it's very abstract. It's kind of like, wait, what the fuck am I watching?
That's what I want with Twin Peaks. I don't know. That's
oh, dude, I can't emphasize enough how much like The Return is gonna knock your fucking socks off. Like, this is great because it's like really formal 90s procedural television, right? So like it's got that format, and it's like it's comforting because it's familiar. The Return, David Lynch got to do whatever the fuck he wanted because it was basically an HBO series. It was on Showtime. It wasn't on ABC. It was on Showtime. So for an hour every week, you just got to do whatever the fuck he felt like doing. Like it's more rated R. It's not it's not filtered for TV. He basically made it like he would one of his movies, but he did it for 18 hours. And he directed every episode of that, so it's a different ball game.
Yeah. Okay, that'll be awesome.
Yeah, that's why I'm like The Return. Like, I love Twin Peaks season 1 and 2, but The Return is just different, dude.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we got some time.
We do.
Between now and then, but
we got at least 19 weeks left.
But just more pre-cooking,
minimum.
It's more time just to preheat and get ready. Which that's crazy that this is the preheat. This is just getting warm. Yeah, that's
we're
crazy.
Just heating up. That's all. But we'll move on. We'll head to the Double R, where Lucy and Dick sit at the counter. And Richard talks about his method for memorizing customer orders, and Lucy asks why he hasn't called, in 6 weeks, and he's like, "Oh, I lost your number," and she's like, "I work for the sheriff's station. You could dial 911." And in the 6 weeks after 3 months of going out every week, and after their night on a bed in Horn's Home Furnishings, which is very, very funny. It was just like one of the display beds at the fucking department store. She then reveals that she is pregnant, and Richard's preggers.
Wow.
Fucking, I hate this guy. Dick guy is a fucking asshole.
Bragging about learning or memorizing everyone's orders, blah, 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 and can't even memorize the girl's number that you're going out with every single Thursday, and that you eventually get pregnant, and then, but I hate Dick completely, but this, on the Horns department display bed, kind of got to give it to him. This was kind of, I don't know, that is kind of sick. That's kind of the only cool thing.
And
about
even
Dick
Lucy's
so
kind of like, and it was good. I had
like,
a good time.
I admit, she's like, it was exciting. She's like, maybe that's why they're fucking pregnant. I mean, it just worked really well. But this only cool thing Dick has done. Yeah, only cool.
And he's here to stay too. This isn't just like a first pop in, first pop out. No, Dick Tremaine is in the show now, which is always fun. But we get the start of a couple of the more levity, comedic relief storylines in this episode, with the introduction of Dick Tremaine, and Nadine waking up from her coma thinking she's 18 years old.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's those are storylines. Like, those are we're talking about a 22 episode season, man. This isn't 8 episodes like last season, like we are.
Yeah, that's true.
We're going to take a break from the main heavy stuff to go ahead and do some side work that's fun and goofy every once in a while. And it's still crazy, like there are still characters yet to be introduced that are excruciatingly important. Like it's wild how much they save for the last stretch, but regardless, we'll stay in the diner where James and Madeline sit together. The former asking about Donna smoking. Does it bother you at all? Da, 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 da. And Madeline's like, dude, I don't know you or her like at all. So quit asking. It's really fun. And James tells about Donna's visit to the prison, how she wanted to like do it through the bars and all this stuff. And Madeline holds James' hand. He's like, oh, poor you. Really attractive girl wants to fuck you, and you're over here whining.
Yeah. Damn,
no,
dude.
but obviously there's a little bit more there. But it is very funny for him to be like, it's just so unlike her. And Donna enters, misunderstanding the gesture. She tells them how much she liked Harold and storms out. Yeah, he was very charming and smart, unlike anybody I know. Damn. And James is like, what's that mean? James is so fucking dumb. Damn. This dude is dumb as a box of fucking rocks, man. I love James. I love James. I love Donna. Heart, oh yeah, he is just like Big Ed Hurley. Like he takes after his uncle so fucking much that it's almost a bad thing.
The only difference is Ed's voice is serenades you to fucking. So that dude can serenade you. Oh my god, his singing voice is incredible. Not to hate on James, but
no, he's got the falsetto going. It's a different thing.
Yeah.
And I like that we got the instrumental from that song a couple times in this episode. The Just You, the like backtrack
theme. That's like there.
It's there playing in the background.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's good. That's good. But we'll then go to One-Eyed Jack's, where Blackie and Emery tie up Audrey, and Emery makes a video of her. Yeah, Emery all of a sudden being a videographer for holding a girl hostage as they shoot her up with heroin, and it feels like a leap from him working at Horn's department store, but hey, what do I know?
No, this was, he's been in the box, I've put him in there, but it felt like he was kind of just, it was just that he worked at the department store. He sent Laura up there, and that he's just the recruitment kind of guy. But this he is kind of feeling like he's there against his will a little bit, or like that Blackie's
he's like, I don't know, man. Her dad could really fuck us up, man.
Yeah. That's true.
And Blackie's like, nah, like the ransom money we'll get back. We'll be able to buy him out. Like I'll own this joint. It's a big plan.
Yeah. This, and then
Emery's like, I'll lose my job, man. Like I know this is a lot of. I make most of my money here, but if I lose my main job, I lose this gig too. Like I need it. It's funny that it's all kind of logistics for Emery.
Yeah, very.
Not like moral qualms with shooting a girl up with heroin and videotaping it and sending it as a ransom tape.
No problem there. Dude knowingly sends girls that just come in to work a perfume job to One-Eyed Jack's. I think that's I don't know. They just kind of
clearly not morally integral. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude is dudes, but he did take quite the leap. That is for sure though. There's Laura's, I don't know. Laura's death it's like a fucking, I don't know what the word, like a symphony, like a whole orchestra, an entire band of people coming together to kill her. And yeah, I don't know quite how to put it together. It doesn't feel like they're all doing it at the same time or even all knowingly together, but it's
right.
It's like it's just different teams.
All of them, and that's the thing too, is that is it in a literal sense or is it more in the sense of what Bobby said at her funeral? We all killed her. Like we all knew something was wrong and we didn't do anything to stop it. That's Is that the sense they killed her, or is there? Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, man.
I feel like that's what it there will be the answer of who literally did, or the last moments, whatever. But I don't think that's the true answer. It's no, this person had sent her down this path, which let her do, I don't know, got her into doing cocaine, which had her. I feel like it's a slow kind of process that snowballed, sort of thing. But all of these people, it feels like they knew that she was going down a path that would get her killed, and that they were okay with it. Not that they were like planning on like, I don't know, let's just kill this high school girl and like let's slowly ruin her life and then kill her. No,
right. It's not a conspiracy or anything. Yeah.
No, but no, it does feel like there is just a very, very large group of people that are all knowingly like okay with her dying. They know it's gonna happen, and that they're, I don't know, but it doesn't. Yeah, it feels like it's either they're covering up something or there is a gain from it. But the gain, I have zero. I don't know that I haven't quite gotten there. Well, but
let's stick. I'm going to skip around a little bit. We're going to stick with One-Eyed Jacks for now, just for the sake of continuity. We'll stay with Audrey here, lying on her bed, and a man named Jean Renault pulls a veil from her face and gives her a caramel and a shot. And a woman stands nearby holding his tools as Blackie plays a surveillance tape of Cooper at the casino, and Emery informs her that is Cooper. He's from the FBI. Oh, God, what do we do? We're fucked. And Jean Renault stands behind them with the woman, Blackie's sister. And John says that he will be the middleman for Audrey's ransom, so Ben will never know Blackie and Emery are behind it. In exchange, Emery and Blackie will bring him the man responsible for his brother's death, Agent Cooper. He's lost two brothers in this whole thing, and Agent Cooper was responsible for both of them. However, he is very much so obviously not. As we know, Leo shot his youngest brother, and Leland smothered his other brother. So, yeah, definitely not Dale Cooper that did the deeds, but, somebody's got to blame somebody. And John says they cannot let the girl live, Audrey, as she's seen too much, sort of. So we got Jean Renault also. We get introduced to another Renault brother. How about that? How you feeling there?
Yeah, he's I didn't know there were more out there. I thought the Renault family was kind of done, and that was shut off.
They're back.
Not quite. This guy feels like the actual top dog, like that he was the one running shit actually the whole time, and yeah, Jock was, I don't know, just kind of was there to make sure things were running smoothly, I guess, sort of thing, and then what was the other? Who was the other one who died already?
Bernard.
Yeah, Bernard. Bernard feels like the even. I don't know.
Yeah, he was the youngest brother. It was just kind of
dude's
muling.
Doing the work. The dirty work that the other two don't want to do. But yeah, and then also seemingly to be with Blackie's sister. Was that right? She says that's is that like literal sister, or like she's saying like a sister of like the business sort of thing?
I think literal sister,
yeah,
but
they do.
Also this is, I think I don't remember her at all. I think this is it. I don't think she ever pops back up. If she does, she's barely in it more than she was in this episode, Definitely not an important character that was introduced there. In fact, this is my fourth time watching it, and I was like, oh, Blackie's sister. Cool. I was kind of like, oh, that's right. Sure.
At least just any more hair that I can get like this, I love, and they both have hair,
love big hair.
Kind of
love big hair.
So yeah, that was nice. And their dress, I don't know, they did seem like sisters. I don't know. They did
yeah, they got that vibe. They got that vibe for sure.
But yeah, this John though, yeah, he's
definitely one to keep the eye on, to be sure. He wants Cooper dead. He wants Audrey dead. There's a lot going on here.
Yeah, I think his name is replacing. I don't know. I think he takes both of the Renaults out of the Who Killed. If there is any involvement with them in Laura's death, I feel like he takes. I don't know. He's taking the spot
precedent
now, for the Renault family. So yeah, he'll be an addition. That's for sure. I think so.
All right. Then we'll head back to the station house where the one-armed man shows Harry his selection of boots. He's showing them off. He's like, yeah, this is nice. If you ever have any ceremonious sort of procedurals or anything. And they're like, no, not really our vibe, man. Yeah, kind of out of our price range. And he's like, all right. I got to take my medication. You all right if I go ahead and check? Because I just saw this picture here, and it's really freaking me the fuck out. Obviously he doesn't say all that, but that is what happens. He sees Bob, and he's like, I got to go take my medicine. I'm going to go. And Not good. He heads to the bathroom. He struggles with his medicine and has a seizure.
Mm-hmm.
And we fade away. We don't really fade away. We go to the outside of the stall, and he opens the door and he says, "Bob, I'm after you now. I know you're here. I'm after you now."
Yeah. And like a I don't know how to, like, his voice was
very different.
Like very, very otherrealmly almost. Like he is actually
it was the voice
Bob.
he was using. It was the voice he was using whenever we saw him in episode 3.
Yeah. Okay. I like yeah,
and
I don't know.
Important to note, he did not successfully take his medication.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, this seemed, and is it really medication, or like it was a I don't know, like it feels like he was trying to shoot up like heroin or something, but like that I feel like you have to heat it up. I don't know, it's a whole different process.
The way that I look at it is the medication would prevent him from
fully
being like, "Bob, I'm on to you now." Like
it locks him
that's
out.
what happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's what happens whenever he doesn't take his medication, is he becomes this guy.
It's so,
at least that's kind of how I read it.
Yeah, I think I like the idea more that he was fully in this life, and him and Bob were a dynamic duo back in the day, and then he's like, all right, he grew a moral compass somewhere, I don't know, and somehow chopped off his arm and was like, I'm out of here, I gotta change.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of too much. It's ingrained in him a little too much. But he does feel like he is on the opposition. He's like, I'm coming for you. Like I'm coming for you,
after
Bob.
you now.
Yeah. So I don't think he was always against Bob.
I know you're near.
But,
I'm after you now. Yeah, it's definitely much more intriguing with the one-armed man than he's been in a long time. But
that's for sure. Yeah, he's finally back in the game. I'm liking that. I know. I'm liking the mystical side is definitely.
It's coming back in a big way. It's coming back in a big way. But it's been a very prevalent part of this season thus far with the giant and now this and all that good stuff. But elsewhere in the station house, Shelley meets Harry and Cooper in the station, and they ask for a statement regarding Leo, but she refuses to say anything against him as she is his wife, and she doesn't have to. And, she doubles down, triples down, quadruples down, and Cooper's like, all right then, Shelley, you have a wonderful day. Hopefully one day he wakes up and you get that husband back you love so very much. And who loves you? And she's like, what? And he shuts the door in her face. It's very, very funny. She's like, it's that easy? Kind of. What? And Cooper escorts her, and Harry's
so
like,
smart. Yeah, she must be like, wow, Bobby just knew this would happen.
He's got that figured out. Yeah, but Harry's like, so what the hell? And Cooper's like, it smells like insurance money, man. She's too sweet to have thought it up, so we'll have to figure out something. She's like, I like that he doesn't say she's not smart enough to have thought it up. He's like, she's too sweet to have thought of that on her own. Like, there has to be someone putting her up to it, And but they're not sure who. He's like, so that's a problem for another day. We'll figure that out at some point. But
do they know?
It's funny how like every single problem in the town becomes kind of Cooper's purview after a point. Like he's kind of like, well, if there's something illegal happening, I am here. I have to look at it.
Yeah, his jurisdiction, I guess it's global, but as of right now,
my concerns are global. Yeah,
globally. Just Twin Peaks globally. Yeah. Any problem at Twin Peaks is now currently his. But no, do they, like Norma, I think, knows of Bobby and Shelley. Yeah, she knows of Bobby and Shelley.
Yeah.
But does anyone else kind of know? Like, is it actually kind of a secret to the rest of the town still?
Yeah, probably. I mean, Donna might, Donna and James might. Just because they've been snooping around and stuff. I'm assuming the kids know. Audrey probably knows. Just kind of like the way that you hear things when you're in high school and stuff, like, do you hear that they're doing this, But beyond that, I don't think there's any reason for any of the adults to know that Shelley and Bobby are having a thing. I
wonder if he puts it together, if he because right now Leo's being framed for a whole lot, like with Bobby making that one phone call, the cocaine now they're thinking is Leo, that's actually Bobby. I feel like if they find out like the insurance thing is Bobby, then they're like, oh, I wonder if they go back and they're like, oh, maybe the coke was him, and oh, maybe the call was him. But yeah, I don't really know how much that like, I don't know. Did they just arrest Bobby? Like, is that like, it's like I don't know what really happens.
Yeah, it's like, what are they? Yeah, that's.
Yeah, but
there's certain things that just don't feel like that big of a deal, and what Bobby's up to is not. It just doesn't feel important, you know. So like, and that's I think that's kind of what this scene operates as, is kind of like, you know, Shelley directly interacts with them. They're like, all right, cool. Literally shut the door on her. Like, we will get to that. That's not very important, you know. Like, it just is what it is. But they're like, yep, we'll get around to that then at some point. But Cooper. Back at the hotel, follows a marching band out of an elevator, and he tells Ben about Audrey's phone call from the night before, asking him if there's trouble at home. And Ben's like, you know what? Let me give you the best advice you'll ever get. You know, like,
damn, yeah.
Be careful. You know, she's gone missing before, and keep away from Audrey. That'll be something that you will only benefit you, is what Ben says.
Crazy that it's like not the father being like, stay away from my daughter, like hands off. It's like, actually, no, like you want to stay away from my daughter. Actually, it's
my daughter is kind of nutty.
Yeah, it's like in your best self-interest to stay away from, like, that's
it doesn't matter that she's in high school and you're a grown fucking man. I don't care about that. This is the early 90s.
Whatever. Yeah, this and
I've slept with plenty of 17-year-olds. I get it.
True.
You know,
yeah.
that's what Ben's. That's what Ben's
fair.
thinking.
That's fair. But man, yeah, just no concern whatsoever. I love how Cooper is like, yeah, we've struck up an acquaintance or whatever. You know, like that's currently their relationship status right now. They are acquaintances. And yeah, I'm interested. You know, I hope. Like, there's like he's like a, you know, Superman moment. He busts through the door, you know, saves
her, and
and you know, I don't know, sort of thing. And it feels like what I want a little bit. I didn't want him and Audrey to really become a thing at all. I wanted Diane, you know, Diane to kind of shine through a little more, and now I'm kind of rooting for it a little bit. I don't know why. It feels
I think
weird
it's because you haven't gotten anything from Diane at all. You know, you're comfortable letting go of that because she's just somebody in a recorder.
Yep. But
this is tangible. This is happening. It's right there in front of you. And you like them both. You know, they're two favorite characters in the show. You know, it's just nice. But they have this whole conversation, and nearby that same Asian man eavesdropping with the paper is always about, and he's always following Cooper. He's always there. So yeah, there's that.
This guy, what was the old partner's name?
Wyndham Earl.
Yes, Wyndham Earl. Yeah, that's gonna be a hard one to remember. Actually, I don't know that one.
Yeah, until you meet him.
Stuck.
Yeah, until you meet him, there's no real reason to recall it either. It's just kind of they've introduced the idea of him, and he will linger for a little bit as an idea.
He looks like a Wyndham, you know. That feels like I don't know. I've never heard that name ever, so I have no bearing on what a Wyndham would even look like.
The thing that I would say is that Wyndham Earl is Cooper's former partner.
Ah, true. FBI. Yeah, that's fair. Is this
if
guy
the guy's
an FBI
in the
agent?
room, he'll see him.
That's true. Yeah,
you know,
he
like,
would
that's
notice.
Not someone. Oh, he's got a newspaper up, and I'm an FBI agent. That's my kryptonite. You know, like, I don't know. I think that.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, he's probably just the dude who shot him. Then.
Yeah.
At this point,
something to do with that anyway. Yeah, there's like, and that's the thing, is that there's so many eggs in so many baskets that, like, I mean, John wants to keep an eye on Cooper and all that stuff. So, like, does he have some relation to that side of things? Is this the guy who shot Cooper? Does he have relation to someone who did shoot Cooper? Does it have something to do with Catherine? She's been gone forever.
That's
we know
true.
She's probably alive out there. Like, what's going on here? So, like, it could be any of a laundry list of things. But Does he have something to do with Josie? You know, we got Josie coming up here in the next scene where Cooper enters Harry's office with coffee and donuts. He's like, all right, Harry, it's time for a little break. Let's go ahead. It's time for a little treat. Come on now, buddy. And Harry reports that Josie called Pete saying she would be back the next day. And Harry's like, all right, Coop, I got something to ask you. I want to see her first, alone. And Cooper's like, I don't know if I can allow that, man. You know, we can't let our heart dictate these sorts of things. And he's like, easier said than done. I would like to see her first and alone. He's like, you got it, buddy. Don't you worry. That's fine with me. I love how easy it is. Like, Cooper's like, do you think this is best? And Harry's like, yep. And he's like, cool, then it's fine. I like that they've got that vibe going. It's a cool friendship between Cooper and Harry. But it's then that Hawk walks in, reporting that he found a boarded up White House on Pearl Lake and is trying to discover whose it is. You know, there's no name on the mailbox. The neighbors don't really remember anybody living there, etc. And Harry asks if they've seen Gerard, the one-armed man who, never came back from the bathroom. And Cooper's like, all right, we need to look into that. Searches the bathroom, finds a needle and medicine, and says to himself, without chemicals, he points, we've got to find the one-armed man. Yeah, I love it.
That's okay. Is that really? I don't know. Without
medicine.
Without chemicals. Yes, without his medicine. But
he points the way.
Points. Like, without his medicine, he's in the realm. He can communicate with Bob. He can, he can direct them to Bob, maybe. Okay. Okay. I like that. They have their kind of spy on Bob.
I am the one who points the way. Yeah. That sort of vibe.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. This is okay. Yeah.
Not to connect it too hard to Dune or anything.
But Bob is. I feel like that is how he is in the show now. Is that it's kind of, do you trust him? Do you not trust him? Because he has this relationship with Bob. He seems that he's like against him and that he wants to kind of destroy him. But is that just his medicine? You know, is that like if he's fully off his medicine for too long, does he,
As he all of a sudden creep into the Bob camp, like, my man. There's something there. There's something there.
And what's his medicine? I don't know. I want is it just medicine or like I mean maybe it is figured out later. You can't really just drop what it is, but like
it is something that you will learn what it is and what it's for. I won't tell you what that is yet because I imagine it's within the next episode or two. I can't really remember. Like I think they will learn pretty quickly, but
I feel
definitely something that I'll save for you. Definitely.
I guess the only reason I feel like it's not fulfilled, like the without chemicals he points, like this does feel good, but like it also feels like that the owls aren't what they seem. Yes, he did get the message. But like it still feels like there's more to figure out there. Like that's like yes, the giant says like these three things will come true. Maybe this is just like a validity test. I don't know. I'm struggling to come like just a way for the giant to be like, see, all of these three things come true. So now we can really get moving. Now that you trust me, we can really do things together or something.
Right.
Because I guess when he gets his ring back, that's when it feels like at least, okay, now they're all fulfilled. So maybe he could wake up next episode and he's like, oh, my ring. And, it's like we're on the right track, sort of thing or something like that.
Well, and is it something that all three have to strictly be solved sequentially? Like, does it have to be 1, 2, 3?
True. Yeah.
Because, I mean, we did get the owl sequence where it like overlaid with Bob and all that stuff, but like that didn't really provide any answers. It was just kind of like, oh, are the owls Bob? I guess maybe, like there's nothing concrete there, and there's still nothing concrete here. It's just kind of it's definitely his heading, kind of like, all right, well this does something for him, and I guess we'll see. But yeah, and like even the smiling bag one, we were kind of like, I guess,
yeah,
sure.
I know. I was like, I kind of accepted that one a little too quick. I don't know. That was, because I mean, yeah, the bag looked a little funky, but smiling, I don't know. It's very vague. That's very, could be, I don't know, some different things.
Sorry, my dog's playing with a very hard toy on hard wood directly above me, and it is clanging against the ground. I'm sure I actually know my microphone picked it up. I watched it spike.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, it scared the shit out of me too. It happened very suddenly.
Bob is
but
here.
Yeah, Bob's here. Yeah, we're talking about this shit, and then I hear a giant loud noise directly above me. Great stuff. But yeah, no, it's I do think that there's supposed to be a little bit of a definitely supposed to be a vagueness about it, kind of a two-way street in the belief, kind of Cooper wants to believe it, so he's assigning stuff, but also it could be it. Like I think there's a little bit of a overlap there, and what could be true, what he wants to be true, that sort of vibe. But
yeah.
Regardless, we'll head over to the hospital now, where an orderly cuffs Nadine to the bed. Doc Hayward tells Big Ed that she ripped through 2 pairs of leather restraints the previous night, and that her adrenaline levels are ludicrously higher than anything he's ever seen.
What is Nadine like a superhuman now? Is she somehow got the I don't know, super serum? And
well, you'll recall, and this was also season 1 episode 3, another interesting connection, when she bends the workout machine.
Yeah.
Like this is not the first time she's displaying these levels of strength. But it seems like they're constant now, not something she needs to like reach for.
Yeah. And pumping adrenaline. She's just straight Bane. She's literally just straight up the polar opposite of me. I'm pumping zero adrenaline. She's pumping max adrenaline.
Nothing
all
but
the time.
Adrenaline flowing through those veins of hers, which is
one
incredible.
Vial of Nadine's blood would, I think, send me into shock. I think I don't know. I think I'd officially I couldn't do it. But no, yeah. I mean, this was interesting. This was like, whoa. Okay.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No.
What?
No. Okay. I don't really believe in this, but it would be incredible. It would be so funny if the person who beat down Jacoby was Nadine. Like, just because I had the thought of like such a strong beatdown to cause a heart attack. Like, I don't know, it did feel kind of weird, but now we have this character who is absurdly strong out of nowhere. And I guess this was,
and we do cut from Nadine's room to Jacoby's room. Also, that is a sequence that does happen in this episode. Editing wise.
This is true. Nadine.
Much to think about. What's Nadine up to?
We don't know what the fuck she's up to. Is she really just on her drape thing? No. She's home. She leaves home though. She's not like Harold. She's fine with going places. Okay. I haven't really been suspicious of Nadine, but I mean, she's
like, maybe I need to be,
because she's like actually something. She's got a few screws loose. There's sadly there's some problems up there. So yeah, I think maybe it's not on her own accord that she's doing some of these things, but
maybe she's vulnerable to maybe the allure of someone like Bob, if you are more mentally unwell or something like that. But yeah, regardless, Ed's still there for her, talks to her, sing to her. He sings, and Nadine grips his hand, sits up, and obviously is tightening her grip. He continues to sing, but he's obviously in pain. And she snaps the cuffs and lets go of his hand, and she claps spasmodically and chants a cheer. She begins talking to Ed, seeming to think she is 18 and about to try out for the cheerleading squad.
Well, that's is she permanently in this position? Is she is 18 from now on, or does she go back and forth? Is this I'm truly wondering the true state of Nadine's condition.
I can tell you if you'd like to know. It's not really like a reveal. She thinks this for a while.
Oh, yeah, I mean, but how do you restrain her? What do you... Is there just nothing you can do?
There's nothing you can do. You gotta, and that's the thing. You gotta go like, yeah, you're 18.
Oh no, she's going back to high school. She's gonna try out for the cheerleading. This is her therapy. She's gonna try out for the team. Oh no, and then, oh, poor Ed. Just Big Ed is
well. How much you gotta wonder. Does that free him up? Like she's 18 now. Like is there like she doesn't like she doesn't know that they're married or anything like that. Like what's going on here? But
no. Oh no, Nadine is gonna kill Ed and fucking Norma. She's gonna find out, and then that's what's gonna.
It's just gonna get worse and worse and everything. But yeah. Regardless, that's Nadine now, and that is the start of a very fun storyline this season. Her thinking that she is 18 and trying out for the cheerleading squad. But we'll then head to a different room in the hospital where Cooper and Harry enter Jacoby's room, and they see his wife, a young Hawaiian woman named Ailani, rubbing his feet. And Cooper helps to hypnotize Jacoby, and he walks him through Jock's murder. I love that he has Harry hold a coconut crystal, and Cooper takes him through. He's on a putting green, and there's two bright white sand pits. I think it's very obviously like emulating a woman's body in his mind. No,
the ball like slowly going into the hole. Yeah, it's like
it's very sexual in nature. Cooper even kind of reading it like I don't know that I should be reading this.
Yeah, it's like golf. It's like real like
smut.
Really?
Yeah,
this is how you can see golf. Of all like that, I've never
respect.
Yeah, I guess,
Jacoby. Man, whenever he brought him into all our problems are of a sexual nature. Like that's his thing. But never would have guessed that he had a wife. Also, by the way, Iolani. We meet his young Hawaiian wife.
There's a freak to match everyone else's freak. That's
true.
There's someone out there, and man, I wonder what she's got going on.
Iolani and Jacoby are made for each other. Yeah, for sure. But Jacoby, do you smell anything? He goes, I smell. Do you smell burned engine oil? And where does he say he smells it first?
At the park. Yes.
At the park.
He says at the park. This is before he gets knocked out. This is burnt in. Okay. So he smells. Dude. It is fucking Nadine, dog. It's the fucking engine oil off of the whatever from Ed.
Off of Ed, yeah.
But why is it burnt?
There you go.
I don't know. I guess it could just be that. That's just how it comes out. It's already burnt. I don't know on Ed, whatever. So it's, but okay. I'm really like I thought it crazy at first. But, like, I don't know. I'm actually kind of in the camp of Nadine beating down Jacoby and being this fucking masked,
you got the burnt engine oil thing going on. And, they're like, all right, later on in your hospital room, get out of the park. Come on, Jacoby, follow us here. Who do you see in your room? And he's like, you, Harry, the doctor. And they're like, yeah, no, for sure, dude. Who came in and smothered the guy in the other bed? And he's like, I know him.
And then cut away.
Cut away. Obviously, we get the reveal here before long, but we'll start with my favorite scene of the episode, an easy choice, which is Donna visiting Laura's grave. And is also going to cinch Laura Flynn Boyle as the performance. Yep. I mean, holy shit. She even delivers my... and, I went beyond I love you, Sheriff Truman, for the line and picked one from this scene. She brings the orchid to Laura's grave and tells Laura about her new relationship with James. She's like, maybe you already know. You were always so good about knowing things like that. Maybe you knew we loved each other, but we couldn't get together until, you died. And that sucks. And I hope you forgive me and all that stuff. This is my life though. I love him. It is a mess and your problems are still the center of our life. She says, my favorite line, it's almost like they didn't bury you deep enough.
And then insta cut to Madeline. I mean, my good old switcheroo theory. It's like this fun game I play of kind of like the switcheroo Madeline game. I don't know, just like of things that could point to it. And this one was just kind of funny. It was like they didn't bury you deep enough.
It's actually directly denying what you've thought. It's actually the central. Yeah. The central idea for Maddie's storyline is that she is not Laura, which is so funny.
And she even like balls to like I have no fucking clue what's going on. Yeah, so like but this
so
it was
funny.
Yeah, it's a good. I don't know, this scene though. It did take a lot, like even
gorgeous to look at too.
Yeah, the moonlight, like it's fake lighting, but I don't care. It looks so good. Like on Donna's face, like her eyes are lit up so perfectly. Like whenever she kneels down, and like I don't know, it looked really, really good. And yeah, it was like I feel like it was like a super long uncut shot of her just going.
Oh yeah,
like,
they let her go on this scene for sure.
Yeah, and it was awesome. I don't know. I do have this. She looked really, really good this episode too. I don't know. Her her hair, just everything was kind of on point. So yeah, I don't know. She's James is like, I don't know. She's kind of not being herself or kind of going down this bad route, but I'm kind of behind it a little bit right now.
In this route, this episode, she's kind of the Donna of old. She wasn't so much the Donna that we met last week or the week before. She does feel like a kind of return to form, going to see Laura, kind of being vulnerable, and it is nice. I love this scene. I think it's a really, really great character piece for Donna. A great performance by Laura Flynn Boyle. It's beautiful to look at. Great dialogue. Your problems are the center of our life. Maddie came to town, and it's not. She says, as much as I love you, Laura, most of the time we were trying to solve your problems, and you know what? We still are. Not mine or James's or Maddie's. Yours. You're dead, Laura, but your problems keep hanging around. It's almost like they didn't bury you deep enough, which is brutal, very brutal. But kind of the thesis for the show. It's almost like they didn't bury her deep enough. There's a little bit of that's what everybody's dealing with. But yeah, great scene. Great scene. Love everything about it. But we'll then cut to
she's going through it.
She's going through it. She is going through it hard. You kind of forget that she, because she's been dealing with like James and all this stuff, and she's been investigating. You forget that her best friend died, which is a lot. Like that's
this sequence of events is just not great.
Her best friend was murdered. That can be quite heavy. Even like unto itself, that's heavy, and then all the stuff that's happened since is just it's just not helping. But James visits Madeline to say that he cannot find Donna and that his mother came home, his mom's home. So there's that. His mom's back in town, and they almost kiss. What?
I just thought it was Blackie's sister. I don't know. that I don't know. The only girl to get back. No, I guess that's not in town. That's above. That is in Canada, north of the border. So never mind.
Blackie's sister is pretty young. Also, I would be.
That's
shocked,
true.
But,
if that was I guess fair enough. Anyway, just random connections.
Trying to connect dots wherever you can. Sometimes it's sometimes they're not the right ones, but it's all right. But they almost kiss, but then instead hold each other. But again, Donna entering at the wrong time, finds them and suddenly leaves with James chasing her out. Donna!
Why?
He's doing these are the moments whenever I'm kind of like guy playing James isn't like the greatest actor on earth, by any stretch of the imagination. He's good at what they have him do a lot of the time, but then there are a couple characters who there's one example late this season, and I won't even point out who. They're going through a tough time, like a real tough time. They enter a dark place. They lash out, and it's just kind of like, oh, this is not the character you signed up to play. You know, like this is not the guy. This is not the guy you've been. It's a lot, but yeah, James is kind of one of those guys every once in a while where he's better at being stoic. He's not better. He's not as good at the. It's very funny to watch him do that, but
yeah. Also, like after you did just kiss, man, it's like you did, you knew what you were doing.
Well earned, dude.
Like,
this happens.
It's like it's not like you just out of nowhere. It's like this is just completely there's just bad timing. I guess that's really why I said why. I don't know, but. Yeah, maybe Donna does say as she's breaking down, it's like when it was the three of us, it kind of worked, So, but there are three of them again, and like, so.
But one of them's not. One of them's not Laura.
That's true.
That's the problem. Leland enters the room to find Maddie very upset. She's like, everybody wants me to be and thinks that I'm Laura. And I'm just not, I all I know is that she died and I came to visit for her funeral and this is my life now, and he's like, I know, we all want so badly for life to go back to the way it was before. And, it just won't, tough enough time for us. It refuses to. And that gets like a little laugh out of Maddie and they kind of chuckle together and he comforts her. But, so then that Cooper and Harry walk in, wait in the doorway, and they're like, Leland? He's like, whoa, people in my house. And Harry's like, door was open. Man, Leland, this is tough, man. But you're under arrest for the murder of Jacques Renault. And Maddie's like, yo, what the fuck, man?
Alrighty then. Kind of. They are fully trusting this Jacoby trance state,
hypnosis, yeah.
But I mean, I guess sure you're gonna arrest the guy anyways, and then figure out if they, if he did truly do it. But
it does make sense, he was the leading suspect in the case at the time. He came around asking that night, where did you arrest him? Where is he? All that good stuff. There's plenty of evidence pointing that way.
Well,
now they have a witness.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think being a lawyer really helps you much here.
He'll just be able to represent himself.
Yeah, that's Your Honor, I did do it, but I'm a lawyer, so let me
give me a pass, man. He deserved it, But
not even the
dude
guy
was mean.
Not even really the guy who's like responsible for the death either. He just thought that it was like. I mean, I guess he could be, but it doesn't feel. No, it's like
it feels very past that at this point now.
Yeah,
but
So man, but Leland, is that it? Kind of suck. Like, is he's just going away? Dude's just gonna be
definitely getting arrested at the very least.
So, but I mean,
the trial of Leland Palmer. That's fucking right, baby.
That'll be. I don't know. Do we get a judge? Is there a
we actually, it's funny, they don't have a courthouse. They don't have a courthouse. They hold court. I'm not lying. They hold court at the Roadhouse.
What?
They dress it up. They dress it up and close it down like it's a courthouse, and it's literally just the fucking bar that they all go to all the time.
That is the small town, the most small town
again,
thing.
Which is why it doesn't make any fucking sense that there's 50,000. Like we have a courthouse here in Blue Springs, like that's it's
50. Yeah, take a whole number off of that. 5,000.
Take a whole zero down there.
People.
5,000. They are doing court in a bar. But
oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, but Leland. Yeah, that's at least Madeline got a little comforting moment with.
We got
before,
a few,
but
and kind of being like it there's layers to everybody. Leland's good-hearted enough to be like comfort Maddie in that moment. It is very very sweet. But moments later, arrested for murder. So that's good. But we'll head over to Harold's place where he answers a knock at the door, and it's Donna, telling Harold that she's tired of being patient with James. You know, he's a fucking asshole. He's stupid. He's dumb.
Yep.
I love him, but he's stupid. And Harold comforts her and leaves her to get a drink. It's then that Donna strokes a flower and opens a notebook. The diary of Laura Palmer.
Bum bum.
We cut to credits.
Yeah. It's the secret diary of Laura Palmer. Yeah, this very I love the idea also of first page writing, "This is the diary of Joseph George." I think I'm gonna start doing that in just my little like.
It's a good idea.
I don't really have like a true diary. I feel like it's more of just like a mixture of my diary.
Yeah,
and my
it's a journal that's like
and
you
like,
write you write shit in. Yeah,
It's just my daily kind of journal, and it's whatever it happens to be. But I'm gonna for sure. I'm gonna. Well, I don't know if the first page is open. But from now on, I think I'm gonna start
next
hitting
notebook.
him with that. Yeah. This I don't know. Very interesting that he does. You know, if the couple different possibilities here of Laura giving it to him or Laura keeping it here, so that it is truly secret. You know that no one else will have it but Harold, or Harold took it. Is this a
Yeah.
What's going on? What's going on here? This is too ominous. I don't. Harold's got. It feels as if it's like Jacoby's stalkerish on steroids. Like I wonder if the only like he does say like to comfort Donna, like something like Madonna. I don't know, some weird rhyme kind of thing, and then. Donna's like, how could you even know that? And it's like, oh, well, he has the diary. I feel like that's not something that Laura actually told him, that was just something very personal between Donna and Laura that he read maybe. But I feel like his relationship to Laura could be completely manufactured. Like Laura could have just delivered meals to this dude and that's it.
He feels like he knows her because he took this and all that good stuff.
So I don't, and maybe they, Laura did truly have her, was just like, well, I'm delivering food to old people. This is at least one guy that is not 80 years old. And like, at least I'm not dealing with a magician kid teleporting creamed corn or whatever. That's crazy that that's still a thing floating around. David Lynch's son just met a magician and whatever. So yeah, that's but no, I think it feels as if I'm more on the possibility of him like taking this. Like Laura did not give him this diary. This was he kind of has it without Laura's knowing somehow. Is kind of the boat that I'm on right now.
All right. All right. Well, with that, I will ask you then. We got several character introductions, a couple of people we meet this week.
Yes.
Harold Smith, Jean Reno. Apparently, James's mom's back in town.
That's true.
We got a lot going on. Who killed Laura Palmer?
We got Bob. Bob's still numero uno. He's up there. And then I'm gonna throw Mike. And I'm still it's weird. I'm kind of throwing like a question mark on Mike again. Like it's like he feels like he's
what's his deal?
Yes, he's very back in the loop, but he kind of does feel like he's against Bob, at least currently right now. When Laura would have died. It feels that he was not on Bob's side. So I don't know if he's related to Laura's death necessarily, but at least in this realm, he's involved for sure. And then I'm going to throw John Reno, I think, up here. I don't know if before Emery, though. I feel like Emery would have more of a direct kind of thing, and then I don't know, John is pretty close, but John is, I feel like, more behind the scenes. Like no one even knew of John, or at least Emery didn't, and everything. So I don't know, John seems like he's pulling strings from afar. And then I have Ben. Ben Horn's still got to be up there. And then it was Mr. Smith last episode. But now I'm gonna throw Harold in there. Yeah, he's a big box. A lot of names.
What's that bring the
Bob,
total to this week?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we got Bob, Mike, Emery, John, Renault, Ben Horn, and Harold Smith. Quite a lot. But I feel like even this is a small list. It feels like it goes larger.
A lot of suspects going on here. Yeah, I love it. And we're not far. I'm not gonna lie. We're not super far. Within the next 19 weeks, you'll find out who killed Laura Palmer.
Next episode is Laura's secret diary. So it's kind of a little like we're getting the secret diary of Laura Palmer in one.
Yeah, definitely don't go looking too far ahead either, thumbnails or description wise. There's definitely a little bit of spoiler territory. I guess even
titles too is kind of a little much. Like it's
risky.
It's
risky.
Yeah, I know, because the I don't know. Because I did think, I have the luxury of going back and watching episode 1 and 2 or whatever episode I want. I can rewatch at my will. But whenever the show was coming out, it was like, I don't know, that wasn't a thing. So is something that they're putting in episode 1 like a clear foreshadowing of something that at the time that would be nothing, but then if I go back right now and look at it, it's oh shit, sort of thing. And that's, I don't know, I feel like I shouldn't really go back and watch too much. I want to try to preserve my viewing as the people watching it when it came out could have experienced it.
Right.
So I really like the once a week, that it is kind of a once a week and one episode, and that is kind of all I get. But
the amount of ground we cover just in the next few weeks is kind of insane.
Yeah,
it's
it
absurd,
feels like it.
But,
it feels. They are it's about. It's crazy that I've been saying this over, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger, but it's gotta blow up at some point. It's gotta come apart. There's gotta be something that goes, and it just feels like it's just been bottling up more.
Yeah,
and
more. Is it something as simple as Cooper here's the facts, I've realized this is what happened, or is there a massive revelation? Holy shit, we didn't even think of that.
It's that.
Yeah.
It is. There has to be something that turns everything sideways, and that it's oh my god, or I feel something. I feel like something
Do you
like
have
that's
any
coming.
out of left field things that could be a giant revelation that there would be no reason for you to think now, but it's holy shit, this would be crazy,
It could this giant and off world and even Albert being all right, back on Earth now. It's so okay. Obviously we're not, but with aliens, I don't know. I feel there could be other world, we do have a giant and this dream realm with, I don't,
the ceilings
there are
at
weird
the Great
things.
Northern are 10 feet high, I got to imagine.
Yeah. So there's things going on. And I feel there could be some legitimate, Bob isn't just the devil. He's a fucking, ain't there's an the giants, they're a peaceful world, but then there's evil world with just full of Bobs, full of.
So you think this could be alien warlord territory?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's an alien war going on, and the giants, they're choosing Earth.
And Laura got in the middle of it. She was destined to be the princess of the kingdom of the evil world.
Yep.
And the giants wanted to protect her.
Yeah, or this is supposed to be a secret war between the giants and the demon Bobs only, and Laura somehow, and
that
Laura,
sounds like a fucked up episode of SpongeBob.
Demon Bobs, yes,
the
Doodle Bobs, yes, but Demon Bobs, yes. Oh my God, Doodle Bob, but with Bob's sketch on it would be horrific. Oh, the have you seen this man? But just put that face on to Doodle Bob.
Meoy, meoy, meoy.
Yes,
I will kill again. Yeah, that sort of thing.
Yeah, there's my most left field, I guess, thing is Alien War.
Is Doodle Bob.
going on. Yes, and Doodle Bob will come into the mix somehow. But yeah, no, I think that's all I can really juice out of it right now. Not
all right. All right. I like it. I like it a lot. We'll go ahead and cut off Fire Pod with me here for the day, and we'll be back next week with season 2, episode 4. Very, very excited for that. Yeah, we'll be back every week for the next several weeks covering Twin Peaks. Share it with somebody that you think should watch Twin Peaks. Share it with somebody you know has watched Twin Peaks, because everybody deserves to be listening to Fire Pod with me and listen to Joe go on crazy theories like alien warlords are going at it. But we got a lot going down. We are also doing The Cinementalists presently, our movie podcast, which is a great deal of fun. I absolutely adore doing that show, and we've been doing a lot of movie coverage lately. Let's see, where are we? I think we're doing Mission Impossible right now. We're nearing the end of the franchise. We have the okay, yes, we have Mission Impossible 6 this week, which is Mission Impossible Fallout, which I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. Maybe the greatest action film ever made. That's how I feel about Mission Impossible 6. So we got that this Friday, Mission Impossible 7 next Friday, and then we will be seeing together in theaters Mission Impossible 8 Final Reckoning. Very, very excited for that. Back next week with season 2, episode 4. Later this week, or later next week, I guess, Andor. We got the second half of Andor coming the next 2 weeks. Season 2, episodes 7 through 9 this week, and season 2, episodes 10 through 12 next week. So we got that coming on Fulcrum, a Star Wars podcast. Got a lot going on. Keep up with all of it. That's Fulcrum, a Star Wars podcast covering Andor, Mission Impossible on The Cinementalists, and Twin Peaks here on Fire Pod with me, brought to you by Death by Television. So stick with us all. Leave a 5-star rate and review, and download wherever you might be listening. I was Colton Robertson. I was joined by Joseph George. Thank you very much, homie.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, and it's always a pleasure to have you. And remember, fix your hearts or die.